Hello again, and welcome to the fourth part of our presentation about communication techniques for an assertive communication style. The various techniques for an assertive communication style are persistence, fogging, negative stating, negative inquiry, the disarm of aggressiveness. Let's look at them in some more detail. Persistence. Persistence is a defensive strategy recommended when the receiver is too invasive and inappropriate. So insist on your answer, underline your viewpoint, which is unchanged, and communication cannot develop successfully, but a dangerous escalation is certainly avoided. Fogging. Fogging is when you play for time, you temporize in order to use time to plan your self-defense. So you can paraphrase without replying, and you can change the subject. Let's come to negative stating. In negative statings, verbal attacks are motivated but excessive. There's a will to use criticism to improve yourself, and usually mistakes are admitted. You should focus on the real issue rather than only on emotions. Negative inquiry. Negative inquiry verbal attacks are unjustified and manipulative. One should analyze the criticism and call attention to behavior and situation. And we could be able to pass from a general criticism to a more specific one. Disarm aggressiveness. Well, in order to disarm aggressiveness, you should adopt an extremely calm behavior when, of course, when you are verbally attacked. So this calm behavior will prevent an escalation of an aggressive and symmetrical communication. Assertiveness. What is assertiveness? How is assertiveness? It is situational. It's not the same reply to everybody. It changes depending on the situation, on the expectations you have in that situation, on your aims, and on the people you're talking to. In assertiveness, there is never absolute categorization. This is out of the way. Assertiveness means a socially professional, very responsible behavior. And in the end, it will enable us to master the interpersonal context in which we'll find ourselves. How to build a professional response. We should be able to distinguish between the different patterns of behavior. Remember, we mentioned the passive, the first one, the aggressive, the second one, and the assertive. So being able to distinguish the patterns is very important. We should develop a positive self-image, and we should think about our dysfunctional thoughts like preconception, prejudice, and fear. Very important adopt problem-solving techniques. There are verbal and non-verbal elements in communication. Communicative skills, we mentioned some. The spoken word, the written word, we should be able to master them. We should use all our self-defense technique like persistence, fogging, negative stating, and disarm of aggressiveness. And there are also non-verbal elements in elements of assertiveness. Let's look at some examples. In personal cases, we should always consider context, situation, place, reason of meeting, who the actors are, who took part, what happened, what dialogues, behavior, the achievements, and the emotion aroused during the event and after it. If faced with the observation of a personal case, this is an observation grid we could use, and consider eye contact, posture, distance or proximity, physical contact, body language, facial expressions, tone, inflection, volume of voice, fluency, listening, content, thoughts, and emotions. When facing a difficult person, try to focus on your thoughts and your attitudes. Think about preconceptions, certainties, and prejudice. Remember, no absolute categorization. Control your emotions and adopt methods to minimize your anxiety. Something about your actions. You should act in a straightforward way when dealing with a difficult person. Try to be as direct as you can. Get in sync with the person. Focus on solutions, not on emotions, a very important aspect. And time your retreat. Use humor, and if necessary, ask for clarification. This is the bibliography where you can find some useful suggestions for your reading. I thank you for listening to me. This is the end of our presentation. Bye.